Hello, everyone, and we have a very, very special preview that I am very, very hyped and excited for.
Which you might not even heard of because they're announcing this game basically when this preview goes live.
Absolum.
Absolum.
So this is from
.emu and Guard Crush.
Guard Crush, who obviously worked on Streets of Rage 4. And I just want to say, before I got hands-on, there was a video presentation, and they were saying all the right things, speaking to our souls as beat-em-up lovers. Dawn, if you're listening. They were like, we want, with Streets of Rage 4, we're trying to modernize the beat-em-up genre, and now we're trying to do it again. And they just kept talking about their love of beat-em-ups and how they want to modernize it and just have replayability and depth.
Yeah.
So Absolum is basically, my cell is Streets of Rage cross Hades. A rogue 'em up, as they say.
Yeah, on the press release. I got it here. The draft.
A rogue 'em up. And it's like a fantasy world where magic is being controlled. And you play it's 2-player co-op. You can play solo or 2-player.
Yeah, there's 4 playable characters, but the preview build only had 2 of them accessible.
Yeah, there's 2 playable characters in the demo. The first one, she's so awesome. She has like a big broadsword.
Yeah.
And you have like basic attacks. It's a lot less fighting game than Streets of Rage. Like Streets of Rage 4 is like a fighting game with all of its mechanics, pretty much. So there's a little less mechanics. There's like your combo mashes. Your Y triangle ability is kind of your character's
kind of like a heavy attack.
Yeah, and your signature. Like she has that big broadsword, and then you have 2 special move slots that you use your mana for, and then you have like a dash, deflect, parry type thing that's kind of all connected. You dash into an attack and it deflects, or you can like dash up and down to avoid unblockable attacks.
Yeah. I also I started with Carl.
Carl, nice.
He's like a little gnome-looking
little
guy.
dwarf guy with a freaking like double-barrel shotgun blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss kind of thing.
Yeah.
He does like quick punches, and then his heavy is like a
the
headbutt.
The brutal headbutt. And then I compare it to Hades because you'll go through these little areas like Streets of Rage style, but then at the end of certain certain enemies or certain little instances, you'll unlock a power-up. And then you can choose between 2 power-ups.
Oh, yeah. I get those a lot.
And that'll like be
Blazing Deflect or Blazing Arcana.
Yeah, add fire to your weapon or add fire to
Burning
your light
combo.
attacks. Yeah. And then there's also currencies as well, like gold that you can use to buy things in the shops. Or there's like a meta currency as well because you have a hub area. So it sounds really complicated, but it's very
when you die, you go back to the hub and then you go out again. But it's interesting because there's like
kind of reminds me of Dragon's Crown a little bit too.
Yeah, Dragon's Crown's what I was thinking of a lot.
Yeah.
But there's like a map, and so there's kind of like these different branching paths.
Yeah, so you can change paths each run.
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. There's like a little exploration element, and like I came across like
different bosses,
closed door at one point, and I just marked that on my map. I'm like, okay, at some point I'll figure out how to open the closed door.
Yeah. I love that little world map.
But yeah, really good feeling mechanics.
Super good production values, like really good art. It looks so freaking beautiful. There's like things in the background too. It does the like tropical freeze. Your characters are in shadow and like they're looking at like big explosions in the background early on.
I've definitely seen the depth of what you see in the background is pretty great. Like one of the first shots they showed reminded me of something like the Banner Saga or whatever, where it's like you just have this really wide vista and like all these tiny little details going on back there.
So yeah, it just felt like it's hard for me to get super invested and excited about previews a lot of the time because I already have so many full game releases on my plate at any given time This game is not out for a while, I assume, and I just could not get enough. I was like, I want to play more. I want to go again.
Did you ride anything? Because they talked about that. There's like riding
the boars.
Yeah,
got on a boar,
like Golden Axe style.
Full Golden Axe vibes. The boar you can like charge through and attack with it. Eventually, it'll like run off after so many attacks.
Okay,
but yeah, full mounts.
Yeah, because they brought up, in the press release, they brought up Golden Axe. They also brought up Dungeons and Dragons.
Big Dungeons and Dragons.
Chronicles of Mystara.
Totally. You'll get to little campfires where you can rest and recover health. Health is your biggest currency on these runs, honestly.
Yeah.
Not a lot of ways to recover.
I went down pretty quick.
Not a lot of ways to recover health. You can find food in little barrels that'll heal you up for a little bit.
There's cheese.
Yep.
What's interesting is that you also find a lot of throwables, which is great.
Yeah.
So
those axes,
there was times where I was looking for food and I'm like, this is like rotten meat.
Yeah.
And so it's like meat as a weapon. Just like throw that rotten meat at this dude over here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would find rocks too that I could throw at people.
Yeah. Then when you beat there's like a mini boss throughout, and then like the final boss or whatever of like the region, I believe. When I beat one of the big mini bosses, after each one of those, you come to an inn. And that's really fun. You get some little lore from people talking. You can hire a mercenary to join you. So I hired this like spearman. And then you can
interesting.
And then you can eat at the pub as well to replenish quite a bit of health. Not full health. Like again, health is your biggest kind of roadblock on finishing these runs. And then there was a merchant outside as well, selling various items like, boots make you go 15% faster, a lucky charm that gave you +5 luck for better drops.
Yeah, there's a lot of that kind of thing you pick up along the way. There's a lot of lore dropped in this press release, but the mythical mentor known as Uchal, or is it Uchal or Uchawi? I think it's Uchawi. Anyways, she's one of the Root sisters.
Yes.
That big, like, pregnant woman.
Yeah. You
kind of rescue kind of at in the prologue, and then she's the one that kind of, like, brings you back from the dead. When you die, then, like, she respawns you. Yeah.
And at this hub, you can invest in permanent skills for your heroes. You can upgrade, little things like HP +10. Starter run with 50 gold, like very Hades type stuff here. And then you can unlock different abilities for each class as well. Your signature magic shoulder button move. You can unlock different ones. Like I unlocked one for the lady where the normal one was like a rising uppercut.
Yeah, I did that. Yep.
And then I got one that was like a spinning jump blade attack that would leave like a little lightning orb trap behind. So that was really cool. Yeah.
Nice.
So I am hyped for this. This is immediately near the top of my list. I'm sad Damiani's not here because they even name dropped Mr. X's Nightmare Streets of Rage DLC because of that as well. You'd finish an encounter and then you would have to choose which item you take to the next room. So there's clearly that type of mechanic coming in as well.
Yeah, so Dotemu, this is their first like actual new IP.
Well,
like they've been working on Streets of Rage and stuff like that.
So much.
They're working also with animation studio called Supamonks, doing a lot of that art.
Cutscenes are
really
sick.
Great. And then doing the music is Gareth Coker.
Yeah, I knew you'd be stoked about this.
Who did Ori and Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. And I will say that like that is something that stood out to me in just the very brief little bit that I played. I went up on the upper path around the coast.
Yeah.
And like when I got into that beach area, it's like, oh, that's good freaking music.
And then they hinted at maybe some other composers.
Oh,
coming.
okay.
There was like a little hint. I was like, ooh, nice. some guest composers probably. Let's see, Olivier.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you at?
Bring him back in there for sure.
Yeah.
Is this coming to PC, Switch, PS5, PS4 this year?
So
that's all we know.
Seriously, if you love beat 'em ups, if you love Hades, if you love roguelites, if you love co-op, like put this on your radar. This is going to be it.
You can play it solo.
Yeah.
But it's
and it felt, I obviously didn't get to mess around with 2-player. Just can't comment on that, but solo felt really, really good. I'm so excited for this, dude. I cannot wait for this game. So, Absolum, brand new IP, and get ready for the full playthroughs. It's going down.
Nice. And we're Easy Allies. Thank you for checking out this preview. And you can check out our podcast where we talk about games that are coming out or just came out every week. And check out more previews that we got going because there's been a lot this month. There's been a crazy month of previews. I got a pile of them. And you can go to patreon.com/Easy Allies because we are funded by fans and viewers just like you. So go check that out. Thank you.